everyone, welcome to YourPedia and this is Shubha. So in this video, I have come up with a question for you, and that is a very important topic in group discussion also. It's a question for all of us, and that is social media actually connecting us? And we all need to think about it. We need to brainstorm ourselves. If yes, then how? And if no, then how? So this is something which I have brought up today, and in this video, I will be discussing some main pointers, like what are the pointers which you can speak up in this topic. It's quite interesting one, and I know like it seemed easy, but when we're actually put up in the shoes to discuss about this topic, we actually forget the pointers. So right now, before I start with the discussion, I would tell you that yes, documentation is there of this topic, and you can go to the website also where number of documentations are there. You can read them one by one so that when you're entirely in the simulation of GD, you don't miss out the pointers and you give your quality points to the best. Now the topic starts when I'm talking about the GD, the introduction structure. There's an introduction structure, there's a body structure, and then it comes with the conclusion. How to introduce it out is very simple with the 5 Gs which I always say in my every video. It is first, greetings to everyone, good morning everyone, good evening everyone. You have to wish others. Second is you have to tell your name, and I'm going to introduce, like you are going to introduce the topic, and you have to tell about the topic also, like what is the topic about. You can even say it in this category that yes, today we are being brought up with a very interesting question, and you can name that topic in this direction. Third is the perspectives, like is social media actually connecting us? So you can give it a generic liner, and you can give the meaning, definition, anything you feel out. What is social media? What are the ways? Which are the platforms which we are very much active on social media? So you can give up the third pointer in this way. Fourth is your viewpoint in this direction, that yes, according to me, social media is actually, no, social media is not. It is taking us far away from the connectivity by not realizing who we ourselves, like we forget ourselves, we are so much inclined towards it. Then you open the house for discussion. So 5 simple liners and your introduction is very much streamlined. Then comes with the body part. During the body part, I always say where the introduction is being ended, like a person who opens the houses for discussion. Suppose he said, okay, I'm in the favor of this topic, and he gave his example. You can quite, no, I don't agree with you. Yes, I agree with you. I can relate to your pointer, and you can even give your own good example to it. Do remember when you give some different examples, some day-to-day activity, you relate with it out, you are giving some star point from your side. So try to do that, and even by asking questions from one another, that is also a plus point to participate in introduction. You can ask the other person like, okay, I don't agree with your pointer, can you just explain it in a better one? Or you can call it out as, I would like to quote an example. You can quote the some quote of some famous writer also, that can also be a pointer. But do remember, you have to be very courteous, you have to utilize your patience, and you have to be very sweet, and while you're talking to others, it should not look like you're shouting on the other person and you're not letting the other person speak. The hyperactivism is also a big no in a group discussion. Now here, start discussion on the points. As per discussion, initially cover all the important points, different dimensions, pros should be there, cons should be there. Try to seek clarifications by asking questions. Ask questions from others. This helps to make you silent also and listen to other pointers. Provide examples. Examples are much needed. And use the quotes like this, which I have already mentioned. I agree with your viewpoint. I don't agree with your viewpoint. Any of the famous quotes you can utilize. Then friends, if you allow me, I would like to put my point forth, or I would like to relate an incident. Try to enter minimum 3 times during the discussion, which is very important. And here, remember it out, entering in between, not together. It should not be like 3 participations. It was told that 3 बार act करना है, 3 बार participate करना है, तो तीनों इकट्ठे बार नहीं करना है. Participate करो, start में किया, middle में किया, end में किया. It should be like a drift of it, right? So that is the best participation which you make in a group discussion. Then comes your conclusion part, and the conclusion part should always be the neutral one. When I talk about the neutral one, is like there are some perspectives of people which feel that yes, social media is connecting us. Globally, connection is there. The people, many children are far away from their parents, and they feel the connectivity, they feel their presence, and a lot of number of things. While on the other side, you feel that there are number of students or number of people who are indulged in their mobile phones, and they are quite devastated, or quite they are indulged in the mental problems are there, they are not able to raise up their pointers, and lots of other things. So you can go it in the two directions, and remember you have to tell about in terms of connecting people. So you would say it out. If not, then it is making us far, because we feel isolated. We are not able to talk in the real life, and we are just active on WhatsApp, we are just active on Instagram, social media. There are some incidents that when a real life call comes, we're not able to talk much better, but on WhatsApp we are very much sweet and we are active. So that should not be the personality of the person. So these things we need to improve also. So there you will say it out. Yes, conclusion is always neutral one. You will say, on behalf of everyone, I'd like to conclude. It was quite a healthy, fruitful. All members exchange their viewpoints. We would reach a consensus, discuss some quotes, and if some pointers you could write down at that point. Go for a very neutral ending, and you can utilize some quotes like this also. As every coin has got two sides, similarly there are pros and cons attached to it. A boat cannot sail without a radar, similar way, or you can call it as both the things run in a parallel stream, why one cannot escape the other. So there are some liners which we will learn while in our group discussion sessions also. So these are some hints which I gave to you, and then you would say it out as thank you. Now coming to the very interesting topic, and that is social media actually connecting us? So here, similar way, 5 things you have to remember. Greetings of the day, and you have to tell that yes, today we are being put a question in front of us, and that is social media actually connecting us? Social media has brought the world together. It's a powerful tool that has effectively made the entire world a global networking space. Some introductory line. Then you can say that social media has its advantages, disadvantages. Under one umbrella, there are a number of issues which are being prevailing. Yes, social media is the right tool, which is making the people meet up together. Your viewpoint, 4th one, which I told you. And 5th is you would like to open the house for discussion. Now, the person who has an opinion different from my side, the person can change his pointers. So that was just a kind of skeleton which is presented to you. In the body, like if you're in the favor, yes, you get a connectivity across globe. You get multiple job opportunities in the market. There are a number of people who are remaining, or who are living in one country, but they're doing the work in the other places. So that is the second one. Unity in diversity is being promoted by social media. Obviously, we feel a connection. There's a diversity which is there, and you feel a connectivity. There are kinds a unity which is being maintained through it. Then, as social media has been a blessing in the times of COVID, we all know that we were distant, but yes, during this time, social media was the one which was paving the ways for the people to greet together, meet together, to exchange their viewpoints, which was quite an important thing. People to get sense of psychological satisfaction while sharing their opinions. Then is cons of social media, something you don't like about social media. It is that social media has brought people virtually together, and which has made them lose real meaningful connections. We tend to be closer through social media, but there are some people who lose their real life connections, which is a big loss. You're not very much bonded with your parents because you're all time indulged in your mobile phones through your social media apps. And even on social media, sometimes you meet friends which are quite fake in nature. So that is one pointer. Then is nowadays people are more comfortable in talking with one another online than in meeting them in real life situations. Second, which is a reality, damn reality for today's. This has created social anxiety in people due to which they are unable to make face-to-face interaction. Social anxiety is one another issue where people are unable to interact with one another. One of the biggest issues while using social media is trolling. You might have seen number of cases, number of suicidal attempts have been there because people were not able to relate, will tolerate. Recently, you can talk about the news that there was a topper and she looked like she had some, you can say, facial issues. She was demeaned by the people, the trollers. They were very much back to it. So you can give some quotes to examples. It's not like citing, you can give an example to that situation also, which has just happened and which is quite, it's on the esteem, self-esteem of some person. These days, people are more into social space than real world conversations while conversing with one another, and they're easily distracted by the mobile phones. Sometimes we are just reading. Right now, you might be listening to the videos, but some notification pops up, some Instagram notification pops up, and you completely pause it out and you just go to that site. That's the wrong way because we tend to lose our concentration. We are not inclined towards one direction, which is a negative impact. The young generation these days know which emoji to use while conversing, but not the right facial expressions. That's how distant we have become with the worldly connections. And similar way, you have to say it out. Now, there will be people in the group discussion who were in the favor of this, who agreed and who disagreed. So while you are giving a neutral ending, you have to speak up the same pointers. It was quite a healthy, fruitful discussion. Different perspectives were being exchanged. Valuable discussion. Any liner you could utilize. One must not forget, like every coin has got two sides, or it can't be. A boat cannot sail without a radar. Similar way, there are two different perspectives which are run and being run in the parallel direction. Then you could say there is need to guide youth on how efficiently we need to discuss or use social media. Either we can be a part of close-knit communications based on shared interest, or we can be addicted. So it is our actually take. How much are we utilizing the social media the way it should be, or are we making it in charge of us? Is social media controlling us, or are we being controlled by social media? So these are the things which you could mention in such quotes. Some famous quotes, if anyone gave in their GD, your people in the participation, you could mention that also. So this is a way actually how you need to introduce, you need to give a body structure and the conclusion. Discuss some star points of the teammates, neutral ending, and at the last, you have to speak thank you to everyone, right? So don't give an abrupt ending, because if you have seen GDs, and you would see that many people who are concluding, they are like, let me speak first and complete up my points, and they forget to give, they give a very much abrupt ending. So be very courteous in your entire group discussion. Let others speak also, listen to their viewpoints, and be providing a linkage entire group discussion. That's a way how a group discussion actually comes up. So I think that I hope you like the video and you're satisfied with the pointers. If you want to add on, go ahead, and I welcome your pointers. Do add in the comment section also which point you find missing, and you could add in the group discussion. So this is a way how we need to practice and practice and practice. Sooner I'm going to come up with lots of more videos where I'm going to talk about more group discussion topics, and based on different verticals: political, moral, fashion, entertainment, judgment based, and lots more. So keep tuned, stay tuned, and all the best. We'll keep preparing. Take care and have a nice day.